Hey everyone, good morning. This is Ashley from 3 Little Greenwoods. Welcome to my wreath workshop. I am a former kindergarten teacher turned wreath maker turned small business owner, and I am now sharing my love of wreath making with all of you. So welcome and come on in. If you're watching right now, you might be watching the replay. So if you would just please comment #replay and let me know where you are watching from. If you are one of my live viewers, I am so grateful that you are here with me this morning. We're going to make a beautiful fall wreath with blue sunflowers. So here's my inspiration. This really beautiful sunflower pick that I got from Craft Outlet. I love the colors in it. I love this really, it's almost like a dark teal sunflower. It's got lots of little greeneries behind it, so I'm really excited to use this. I've been saving this for a day that we could go live together. Good morning from Houston. Good morning, everyone. So I have 2 of these. One I have fluffed, one that's still in the wrapper. My plan is to make a simple wreath today. Now, that's a little hard for me because I always want to keep adding things to it, but I'm using things that I have just in the workshop. Some things are left over from before, and I'm going to use them today to make a simple fall wreath. We'll see how simple it's going to be. Hello, Janice. Thank you for letting me know where you are watching from. She's in Louisville. I am in my home in South Carolina. I have my wreath workshop in my home. I have 2 spaces that I have taken over. This used to be the guest bedroom. It's now my working workshop. And then right over there beyond that wall is the room over our garage where I started. And it is where I keep all of my ribbons and all of my floral supplies. Good morning from UK. I'm so glad that you are here, Miss Penny Pinch. What's your real name? The funny thing about TikTok and some Facebooks is that when we made our accounts, we didn't put our real names on there. So it's kind of hard for me to keep track of everyone. All right, so let's go, excuse me. Let's talk about what else we're going to be using with our blue sunflower pick. This is a huge pick that I got from Pioneer Wholesale, which is a company that you have to have, excuse me, your business license to purchase from. Good morning, Alicia. You're watching at work. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I am an inspiration to you. Hey, Dominique. Now I know your name. I hope I remember it. So this is a humongous spray that I got from Pioneer. And you can see it has a bird's nest on it because it is originally for spring. I am going to use it for fall. Always try to purchase things that you could use for other seasons and other purposes. So I'm going to be using this for fall. I'm actually going to be cutting it into 2 pieces. It's going to layer up really pretty with the wispiness of the pick that I have. I really liked how these cream colored peonies went with the sunflower, so we're going to be using those. I only have 2. I've searched the whole workshop over trying to find more. I only have 2. I'm going to make it work. I have these other little random pieces that came off a bush that I didn't use, but I saved them, so those are going to go together with our color palette. I want to add some leaves. These are from Hobby Lobby. They're just a really pretty yellow maple leaf stem. I pulled these over. So these came from Michael's. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but I grabbed them just in case. Pioneer Wholesale. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pioneer Wholesale has a beautiful website, fantastic quality florals that you're not going to be able to get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but you do have to have a business license to purchase from them. Now, one place that you do not have to have a business license to purchase is Deco Exchange. I just saw Damon say, hey, they have fantastic florals, ribbons, and guess what? Everybody's always looking for an easy bow maker. Damon has it at Deco Exchange. So, and it's like 20 bucks. So go check them out, okay? Everyone always wants to know where I get my bow maker from. Damon has it, all right? Sunflower and blue peonies and blue sunflowers. Yes, they're so pretty. I love them. Oh, and I have just a few more pieces of greenery. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but I really love this bead grass. It came from Sims Pottery, which is another wholesale company, but they are worth it. All right, so I've got this too. I don't know if I'm going to use it. We'll see. So here's all of my goodies that I have. Now we need to decide what size wreath base we're going to use. I have two sizes of wreath bases that I use consistently. I have a 14-inch and an 18-inch. Those are the two that I use consistently because they're really the easiest ones to find. You can get these from Deco Exchange. You can get them from Sims. Of course, they have them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but you got to check on the quality, okay? Because some of them are a little janky. These are really good. So this is my 18-inch. This is the 14-inch. You can tell there is a big difference, all right? It's a big difference in between the two sizes. But let's see what we're going to need. First, I'm going to start with, I'll show you the ribbons in just a minute, okay? I have ribbons as well. You could watch me all day. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love sharing my love of wreath making with all of you, and I have a teacher's heart, so it's just really fun to be able to teach you guys. So here's my big spray, all right? I can easily divide it right there. Let me think about this, okay? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna cut off the cute little bird's nest. I don't need it, okay? It's cute, it's sweet. I didn't use it for spring. I'll save it in my workshop, which needs a total makeover, even though I just did that. I'm gonna save this for later. Where did I get my wreath easel? Now, my wreath easel is my little girl's art easel that she got in an art kit for Christmas one year. When I first started my business, I actually started making wreaths on the wall with the command hook. Okay, you got to get scrappy. And then I realized that there were wreath makers out there using an easel, and I'm looking around trying to think, like, where am I going to get an easel from? And I figured out that she had an art easel she wasn't using, so I stole it from her. And that's what I use. That's right there. It is a super lightweight art easel that you could get from any craft store. Now talking about being scrappy, so this is my 5-pound weight that I stole from my boy children to weigh it down on the back. Get scrappy. Make it work for you, okay? Here's the top piece. Here's the bottom piece. This is really thick. So I am gonna grab what I call my big dogs. I got that idea from another wreath maker. That's what they call them. It is a really big pair of bolt cutters. I know it's ginormous, but it does the trick, okay? So if you are not at the stage in your business where you can afford a stem cutter, Damon has those on his website, you can always just get one of these big guys, okay? I'm gonna cut it about right here. Easy peasy. Bolt cutters, home improvement store. Makes it so much easier. I'm gonna throw this away because I don't need it. Sweet Shop says she loves working with florals. Me too. They make me happy. That and ribbon. Love me some ribbon. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is carefully, without pulling this apart, is touch each and every piece on here. I'm going to move it around, put it to where I want it to be. I want this to be as big as I can get. I have paid for all of these cute little pieces, and I want to spray it out, spread it out, so it takes up as much visual space as possible. Okay, so here's what we got with this one. Oh, you learned so much from me. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I love teaching wreath making. It's fun. And listen, I learn as I go, just like everybody else. I am not an expert. I am just trying new things and learning as I go. Here's the top piece. We're going to do the same thing. Just spread all of this goodness out. Make sure it's going on each side. We want to get the biggest bang for our buck with this piece. You need a camera tutorial. Yeah. I want to get something that allows me to go live on TikTok and Facebook at the same time. And I think that's going to be an investment. So I haven't done it yet. I should ask Damon what he uses. How long have I been making wreaths? I've been making wreaths for about 3 years. 3 years. I've always been super, super crafty. So even before I went into business making wreaths, I was still making wreaths for myself. And one day I saw a lady on Facebook making wreaths, and I thought, I can do that. I can totally do that. So here I am. Here's our second piece. Made it as big as I can get it. Okay. Now, let's see. So the idea is we're going to take these two pieces, marry them in the middle on the wreath. Here's the 14-inch. That would work. That would totally work, the 14-inch. It is bigger, but that's okay. Let's try the 18-inch. Hold on, I'm looking in the camera. All right, guys, what do you think? 18-inch, drop a comment. 18-inch or 14-inch. You like the 18-inch, don't you? I was kind of thinking the same thing. You could totally make this work on a 14-inch, maybe. Let's use the 18-inch. I'll just have to ship it in a really big box. So here is our 18-inch wreath. Now, when you're looking for wreaths, you need to look for wreaths that are pretty clean. This has lots of little pieces in it, which is great because that's what your florals are going to stick to. It isn't full of leaves. Sometimes when we get grapevines, they are full of leaves, and you need to try to get those out because you don't want your florals, you don't want the glue sticking to the leaves. You want it to stick to the grapevine, okay? Yeah, I agree. I'll choose 18 because I am adding more. I'm trying to keep it simple, but we'll see how that goes. Usually it gets way bigger than I anticipated. All right, let's find the best part of the wreath. Here is my very scrappy wreath easel. It's just an art easel. I've even zip tied it in places so it doesn't move, and my children have added stickers. Put my weight behind it. Now for a hanger, let's use orange. I typically use just a pipe cleaner to make my wreaths, to make a hanger for my wreaths. So you give it a loop, spread it out, find a good spot, give it a good twist at the top, and pull your loop back through. Just like that, okay? You love the easel. I'm telling you, when you're just starting out, when you have a business, period, you have to get scrappy. You have to try new things, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work, all that good stuff. Wreath maker saying trying to keep it simple. I know, girl. It's not gonna be simple when I'm finished. Y'all know that, right? Over here off camera, let me move you guys around a little bit. Everyone always wants to know about my hot glue skillet. So this is a hot glue skillet. It is full of melted glue sticks. It is so much simpler than using a hot glue gun because it keeps your hands free. I have a favorite one in my Amazon storefront. I love it. This is the one I love. I bought a cheap one a couple of months ago because my first one died, and it was awful, absolutely awful. So don't make my mistake. Just get the one that I recommend, okay? Oh, that's right. She did send me. There was the cutest pink gnome, huge wreath. Yeah, it was huge. The glue that I use, let me show you guys, because I'm such a visual person. You probably are too. Gorilla Glue. Amazon. It's in my Amazon storefront. But you can also get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. Get it lots of different places. She says that the glue skillet makes the job so much easier. Yeah, I don't know how I went so long without it either. I will post a pics when I'm done, I promise. Okay, so here we go, right here. This is our wreath base, 18 inches. And first I'm gonna start by applying my 2 greenery pieces that we just fluffed up, okay? And I do want it to kind of curve up this way, curve up this way. I'm gonna put a round bow in the middle, which is something different than I usually do. I wanna put a round bow in the middle with lots of different ribbons. So let's just get started. So here is the tip of my greenery. Gotta keep it away from the hot glue skillet. Storing seasonal wreaths in our attic. Will the glue not melt there? I don't know. I don't think it will. It's a high temp glue. I've never yet, knock on wood, had a customer send me a message saying that their things fall off. I think Gorilla Glue would be a good choice. Okay, so I have glue on here. Let's stick it in right here, and I'm gonna give it a curve. Just a little curve. Look at the wispies. Isn't that awesome? Love it. Now, I could choose to secure, do you see where my thumb is? I could choose to secure this to the top with a zip tie, but I think I'm gonna be okay. Oh, someone says it will melt in the attic. I am in my home. I am not in my garage. The garage is filled with man stuff. I am in my home. So next we're gonna leave room for our bow. I'm gonna squeeze this right up under here. Okay, my bow is gonna be about the size of my hand, maybe a little larger, depending on how I make it. I'm gonna slide this along the grapevine up under there. So this is our foundation. This is where we are starting. Let's give it a little bit of a curve. Perfect. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be really big. I hope I have a box big enough to ship it. I'm sure I do. I hope I do. Okay, so next we have our blue sunflower picks. These are so pretty. I love this pick. I got this from Craft Outlet. Am I self-taught? I think I have the gift of creativity, but no, I stalk other wreath makers on Facebook and YouTube, like Damon, Julie from Southern Charm Reads. I have learned so much from Melly Mel, Dustin, I can't remember his group name, but I love learning from other people. So I learn from other people, just like you guys do. Try new things, right? All right, so this came from Pioneer, right? Yeah, Pioneer. No, Craft Outlet. Sorry, guys. I have 2 of them. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Let me take the tag off of it. I always bundle my tags together. I always bundle my tags together so I can calculate how much I've spent in a wreath. That together. So to fluff up your little pick, you're just going to touch each and everything, make it as big as you can get it without pulling it apart. Sometimes, you know, we get a little too aggressive and we pull our things apart. And yes, blue is a super popular color this year. Okay, there we go. So let's see, we're gonna place this one about right here, and this one, oh my goodness. You know how I said that I wasn't going to secure the top? I'm gonna secure the top. I'm just using a zip tie. It's gonna be covered up. No one's gonna see it. Just gonna weave it through the grapevine and then grab this guy, weave it back through. You could also use floral wire to do this if you didn't have a zip tie. I just love zip ties. Zip ties make my life easier. Hold on. Shoot. Hold on, guys. I think I'm trying to zip tie it backwards, which is not gonna work. There we go. So I'm just lightly zip tying that in place. I'm not like really pulling it tight. Just lightly securing it in place. So we're gonna have up here and down here. Let's make our bow, okay? Some customers get upset by using your zip ties. Oh my gosh. Well, you can always cover them with a little moss if people get real crazy about it. I love zip ties. So let's talk about the bow that we are going to make. On my Easy Bow Maker, this is the only way I make bows, okay? I want it to be kind of big, but not too big. It's gonna be a round bow. This is my inspiration piece. It is a really pretty plaid with some greens and mustards and that really burnt orange. Then I have a blue open weave burlap. I'm a little on the, not a blue, green burlap. I'm a little on the fence with that one because I want to add this blue to tie back to the blue in the sunflowers. Now, anybody want to make a guess where I got this ribbon from? I got this ribbon years ago when I first started wreath making and I didn't really know any better about ribbon quality. $2 ribbon. Guess where I got it from? I have never used it, but I thought that it really went well with the sunflowers. Yes, Dollar General, Kelly. Dollar General. It matches the color. It really does. It's pretty see-through. The wire's not that bad, so yay, Dollar General. It's been in my stash for years. I've never used it, but I'm liking it. That really matches great. Score. And then I have some 1.5 inch ribbon because it's my favorite. A mustard. This is called Raised Stitch. All right. I remember when I first started wreath making, I would find a wreath that I loved, and I would find a ribbon that I loved, but I couldn't find it because I didn't know what the name of it was. Raised Stitch. Where are you getting your bow maker? You have one and have a hard time making both with it, bows with it. I got my bow maker from my grandmother, but you can get them from Deco Exchange, Amazon. If you need a bow tutorial on how to use the bow maker, I have one in the link in my profile. I know, I love the yellow. And then I got this stripe because I love stripes, and it kind of ties all the colors together. Something a little different, you know what I mean? So let's make our bow. I'm going to be using 5 different ribbons, 3 2.5 inch and 2 1.5 inch. I got this raised stitch from Craft Outlet. It's kind of hard to find, and I bought a bunch. Raised stitch, 1.5 inches. Yes, all of your ribbon has to be wired, just in case you were wondering that question. Yes, it has to be wired ribbon. If it doesn't, you're not going to be able to make it work. This ribbon actually came from Carolina Pottery. If you were in the Southeast like me, there are a couple of locations of Carolina Potteries, so you can go and check those out. They are getting a little bit better with their online store, but okay, so let's just see. I'm thinking I'm going to need a 12-inch bow, because why not? I love bows. Let's just see what it looks like. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull it out and hold it up against the wreath. So a 12-inch bow is made with 6-inch loops, okay? So here's what we got. Yep, 12-inch it is. Guys, thank you so much for following me. If you have a friend that you think would also like to learn about wreath making, I'd love for you to share this video. What I've been doing is, you can't watch replays on TikTok. TikTok needs to get on board with the whole replay thing. But I've been downloading them and then uploading them to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook page, okay? So we can see it in lots of different places. I'm trying to think. Let's just do 2. Let's do 2 6-inch loops. Tails are about 8 inches. If you want a really good detailed tutorial on bow making, you need to get that one I've got linked up. Where am I in the Carolinas? I am in South Carolina. I am in Aiken, South Carolina, which is a small town across the river from Augusta, Georgia. Hello, Toronto. Welcome. I'm so glad you are learning so much. Here's our focal ribbon. A focal ribbon just means this is the ribbon where I pull all of my colors out of. 2.5 inches. You're in North Carolina. It's not that far. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give it about 8-inch tails and 12-inch loops. Well, hello, Clemson. Welcome. So glad you joined me this morning. Cut my tail again. Now when I cut my ribbon tails, I cut them on a knife's edge. A lot of wreath makers do a dovetail, and that's fine if that's what you like best. We all do things a little bit different, and that's okay. Next up, I'm gonna layer my slate blue from the Dollar General. Your For You page brought you here. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, California. Hello, Michigan. Hello from South Africa. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. When I say knife's edge, that's what I mean. Just a straight cut. Good morning from West Virginia and Washington State. This blue is really trendy. I'm gonna have, I think I have at least 3 more. There's not much on the roll. It's only 9 feet. So there's not much on here. It's like 3 yards, if I can do my math correctly. Okay, gonna do the same measurements again, about an 8-inch tail with the 6-inch loops. I'm just building up my base. Is that 3 prongs on the bow maker? No, I only have 2 prongs on this one, but the newer ones do have 3 prongs. I don't, because this is old. Hello, South Texas, welcome. I'm gonna show you in just a second, guys. I do like this ribbon. It's not bad at all. Always move your loops around to where you want them to be when you pull it out. Just makes life easier. So here's what we have so far. Really pretty. Dollar General had this on clearance and you took all of it. Good for you, Amy. I've never used it. Okay, so here's what we got so far. My bow maker only has 2 wooden dowels. It does not have a 3rd one. Now, after we've done the 2.5-inch ribbon, we're gonna add the 1.5-inch ribbon, which is my favorite. If you aren't going live, how long does it take you to make a wreath and bow? Honestly, about an hour. Really. It's not a quick process. I keep thinking that I'm going to get quicker, and I haven't really done that yet. I think it's because we're thoughtful with what we're doing, and we want to make sure we place everything correctly. So yeah. Do I twist in the middle? Yes, I do. I twist hard in the middle. Okay, let's put down our stripes. Let's give it another cut. Guys, make sure you have good scissors, sharp scissors. You can get a pack of 3 from Amazon. I love them. I go through them a lot. My little girl steals them from me. I find them in her bedroom. You're always so indecisive and it takes you forever. Yeah, sometimes it really does. You know, we'll look at something and think, that's not right. Yeah. You love how I mix the patterns. Well, thank you. That's taken trial and error as well. Good morning, Trinidad. I'm so glad that you are here. Now on these top 2, I'm gonna do what I call an odd and an even pattern. So I'm gonna make 2 loops on one side and then 1 loop on the other, just to add a little bit of visual interest. I'll show you up close in just a minute. Am I still doing 8-inch tails? No, I'm getting a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. Spread these out. You can definitely see these loops are a little bit smaller than the other ones. Here's that raised stitch. Love it. It's kind of hard to find. It adds a lot of detail and interest to your wreath. I'm making these loops a little bit smaller than the last ones. Probably about 4 inches maybe. Trying to clean up after myself. You have the same color, and the raised stitch is so pretty. On average, how many orders do I get per week? Well, it's very seasonal. So in the months that begin with J, not so much going on, like June, July, January, not a whole lot, but it is about to ramp up. So in the Christmas season, oh my gosh, I mean, I've had fall and Christmas 40 to 50 orders. A lot of wreaths and bows. So we've got this is going on a wreath. So I'm going to use a pipe cleaner on the back of it instead of bind wire. If I were just selling this bow, I would use bind wire, but I'm going to use a pipe cleaner instead. And a zip tie. Love, 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 love some zip ties. Put my pipe cleaner up under all of that bow goodness and slide this underneath. If you want a better shot of what I'm doing, you need to get that tutorial. I'm trying to kind of be quick. When I first started making wreaths, I used floral wire to tighten down my wreaths, but I don't anymore because this is so much better. Here we go. Someone is saying she has a lot to add to her Etsy shop. It is time consuming. It is time consuming, and the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it, okay? I wanted to grow my shop really quickly. I wanted like a fast track because I had quit my job and I wanted to make money fast. So I got a business coach. And where do you go to order? Okay, so I would love for you to order. In the link in my profile, on the bottom of the little buttons, it says 3 Little Greenwoods Etsy shop. It'll take you right there. I got tons of bows and wreaths and all sorts of goodness. So I tightened it up as hard as I could. You closed your design business and you're considering an Etsy shop. You should totally do it. I have a business coach that I would love to recommend. If you'll send me a direct message, I'll let you know the name. Okay, so here's what we got. It's kind of a hot mess. I'm just gonna take my time, fluff everything. Now I moved my loops around as I was making the bow. So the loops are pretty much in the right spot. I just need to fluff it. And I'm going to be fluffing it the whole time because I'm going to be putting things around it. Business coach. Yes, I have a business coach that I would love to recommend to you. Just send me a direct message. Okay. Here is our bow. Okay, let's see where we're going to place this. Now, when I'm inserting my bow or when I'm adding my bow, I don't wrap the pipe cleaners around the base of the grapevine. That makes it too tight. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to weave them through. Let's hope that works. Oh, there's the opening. Place this one right here. Just get it a little bit higher. I'm just going to secure it on the back, not too tight, but tight enough that it's not going to move. Okay, and I am going to be constantly fluffing this. Oh, drat. I'll save that for later and add it somewhere different. I'm going to be constantly fluffing this as I'm making, and that's okay. I'm just going to leave it alone for right now. I made it seem so easy because I have been doing this a lot for a while. So here's what we have. Here's our pretty bow. Let me try to get you guys a little bit closer so you can have a better idea of what I'm doing. There we go. The two pieces that I started with was a ginormous spray that I got from Pioneer Wholesale. It had a bird's nest on it. I cut it off. Now we're going to add our really cute picks. Drats. I say drat a lot. My children make fun of me. So we're going to place one of them right here, and then the other one's going to go on the bottom. I don't need all of this stem. There we go. This is where I cross my fingers and hope I'm going to put it in the right spot. Smooth this all out. Okay. Get some hot glue on it in my little glue skillet over here. And slide it into place. I'm going to hold it down for just a few minutes, just a second. Just to make sure it's going where I want it to go. It only takes a second. Glue skillet, yes. Right off camera, right there, is a small electric skillet filled with hot glue sticks. So much easier than using a hot glue gun. I am a breath of fresh air. I have a little bit of dyslexia, and I say words wrong a lot. Okay, so got one right here. We need to put our other spray on the bottom. About right there. Don't need all this stem. Actually, I think I'm going to leave this down because I can get it way up in here. So let's leave the stem. Hello, California. Welcome. You got your skillet off of Amazon. I love this skillet. It's so much better. I bought a cheap one time and it was awful. I still kept it though because, you know, we don't ever throw anything away. Can you lift up my skirt of my bow? I'm going to put that right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Pull it down just a little bit. Don't be be afraid to move things too. Like if you put something in there and you're not happy with it, yank it back out, okay? It's perfectly okay. Mirror all of this around. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Bow's kind of bothering me because I can't make it look right, but that's okay. When you buy stuff, do you have a color plan and design idea, or do you piece stuff together? I piece stuff together. I shouldn't do that, but I do. You really should have a design plan because I buy stuff all the time. Just starting out, lots of your stuff off my list on Amazon. Well, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I get a little bit of a kickback when you guys purchase through my links. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, so here's what we got going on. Now, let's add these next. So these are cream colored peonies. I only had 2. I wish I had more. I've got these left as well. I want one of these leaves, so I'm just going to take them off and thread it back on this guy right here. I really like the white of these peonies because this is pretty dark. So adding this is going to make it pop. I wish I had more, but I don't. That's okay. I'm going to go with what we got. So I'm going to add this up right here, keeping it long. You love the ribbon combo on the bow. Thank you so much. I was a little worried about the stripe, but I think the stripe brings it all together. So here we go, right here. These are kind of catty-cornered with each other. I'm trying to decide. I want to bring it down or add it up to the top. I only have one more. What do you guys think? Add it to the top. That would be pretty. Top. Put it on the top. Yep, I think so too. I need 3 up here. I love to work in the rule of 3. Not always, but a lot. Slide that in there. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I wish I had some more of these, but I couldn't find any. Drat. You think I should leave them out? I like the balance of the color. So, it's okay. We all have our opinions. All right, so next what I'm going to do is, I don't know. I'm going to put this aside, and I want you to notice that we need to fill out our curve, all right, the line. We got to fill that out. So let's do that with some fall leaves. Let's do that with some fall leaves, and then we can go back in and add some of our other things. Maybe these. This is a stem that came from Hobby Lobby. They have them, I got this last year, but they have them again. Remember, I always tear my tags off and put them aside so I know how much I have into each wreath. Now, this longness is really going to balance out the edges. Let's cut this right here. I'm going to start down here on the bottom. Okay, right here. Lift up the skirt of my bow and hopefully slide that into place. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Let's take this other piece. I'm twisting the leaves around so they're facing the front, giving it a little twist. I'm gonna put this one down here to balance out the color. Pretty. You see, I still need it down here. What am I dipping in? I am dipping into a hot glue skillet. It is simply an electric skillet filled with hot glue sticks that have melted. Guys, do you hear my dog? She wants to be with Mama. So she follows me around the house wherever I go. Now, sometimes I keep these to make other things with, like to jab up into pumpkins. So I'm going to place that over here. So here's our stem. I want to spread it out. Turning my leaves around towards the front gently so I don't pull them out. Oh, that's so pretty. I might have to go get another one of these leaf stems. Okay, see how it's kind of filling in back behind? Now, a lot of times I begin with the greenery. I begin with the greenery and then I build on top of the greenery, but I didn't do that today. It's okay to do different things. I'll try new stuff. I'm going to put this little piece back behind the bow on this side to try to round out the edge. Let's see where it's going to go. Right there. I'm gliding my stems in with the grapevine, okay? I'm not poking it through. I am pushing it with the grapevine, the grain of the grapevine. Do I have plans for this one? No, not really. Kinda, but not really. I just ran around the workshop a few minutes before I went live. That is so pretty, y'all. Oh my goodness. I need to get one more big stem of the leaves. Hold on. I'm curious, what is the back like? Do I cover it in felt? Well, once I am finished, I will go back through and take the flat edge of my wire cutters and cut everything off that could scrape the door. But I do not cover it in felt. I just make sure it is as smooth as possible, cutting anything and everything down. Here's my big piece. I'm going to put it right here, back behind all of this. Remember how I zip tied the top? I'm gonna undo that because I want to be able to slide this piece up under it. Like that. So I'm dipping it in my hot glue skillet and I'm going to slide it up under here. That's too tall. Take it out, try it again. I got to go deeper down in there. left. Trying to think of where I want it to go. Let's hold on to this piece until the end. You push it back some. And see, you're always coming in mid to the end. I'm so live. Do I go live on certain days? Well, that's the trick of summertime. I like to go live in the mornings because my day is just easier to go live in the mornings. So I usually go live on Mondays and Wednesdays. Get on my email list. Click through the link, go to the Make Wreaths with Ashley, and then I'll send out a notification of when I'm going live. Okay, so now let's add some more greenery. I love this stuff. It's called bead grass or round grass. It's awesome. I'm gonna add this to fill out the blanks. I only got 2 stems, 2 bundles. This came from Sims Pottery. I'm only gonna use 2, I think. This adds so much wispiness to it and movement, and I really love the color. Plus, this is what I call a pusher. First time watching my live, I'm so glad you are here. I would love for you to follow me, and I would really love for you guys to click through the link on my profile page and sign up for Learn to Make Wreaths with Ashley. That'll put you on my list so you'll know what's going on. Okay, so when I say a pusher, that means I can push this up and down, okay? Love pushers. It's not stationary. Hello, Georgia. Good morning. Do I always put my bows on the left side? Unless I'm making a double door wreath. But yeah, usually on the left side. Let's go up here and fill in some of these holes. Now, I'm not going to fill it all the way in. Okay, look, this is bothering me. It's too long. So I'm going to cut it off. And I might use it over here. Or I might put it back. I don't know. Let's fill in with these. I keep my stem long, but I run them with the grain of the grapevine. And yes, this is going to be in my Etsy shop as soon as I can take glamour shop pictures of it and list it. It does take a while to learn how to list, but the more you do it, the better you'll get, okay? That was way too much. Yeah, it was a little too much. I'm just going around, adding some texture with this bead grass, trying to put it evenly around the wreath. Go. Put it down here on the bottom. It's always important to put things behind your bow. You always make yours on the left too. Yeah. Goodness. I like the wispiness of the grass because it kind of mimics the original pick that we had. Let's go back behind here. add that in. On the other side of the bow, gotta go all the way around your bow, okay? Bows need something behind them to support them, okay? All right, now I have a few more pieces of these. When you list it, will you just make one or make more as the orders come in? Well, this is probably going to just be, this is gonna be a one of a kind. What you're talking about is multiples, and that's when you have a lot of product to make the same wreath over and over. This is gonna be a one of a kind because I don't have any more of the pretty sunflowers. How much will I sell it for? Well, what I'll do is I'll take all of my little tags and I will add everything up and I will multiply that by 3. Here's why I do it by 3, because the shipping is included in the price. It's not free shipping. Everyone thinks that it's free shipping like Amazon. It's built in the price, even on Amazon, okay? I'm leaving the left bare. Yes, I'm leaving this side bare. Okay, so let me just look at this. That is really pretty. Here's the question. Let's add in some of these. So these have a little bit of the white in it, and that's gonna pick up and distribute the cream of the peonies. You like a little less. Yeah, we're all different in what we like and what we don't like. Where are my clippers? So I'm gonna distribute these cute little things all around, filling in some of the gaps. Adding more texture. How many of these do I have? These came off a bush that I had. You love it. You're gonna go to Caroline Pottery tomorrow. Ooh-hoo! So we have one of those in Augusta, which is the nearest one to me. And I'm trying to be good. You have to be careful about how much you spend. You know what I mean? Lush and gorgeous, yeah. My customers really like big, full wreaths, especially my ladies from Texas. They want a big, full wreath for their big front doors. Let's add some on the bottom. I'm keeping it really long so I can put it all up in there. You're gonna buy it? I would love for you to buy the wreath. I would love for you to. If you really want it, I can make a custom listing without taking all the pictures of it. So just send me a message. Send me a direct message here on TikTok. Let's fill in this space at the bottom. Let's put some over here. Always keep your little pieces. Yeah, the bigger the better. I like the pops of the light color as well. Just trying to round out the edges. There we go. Okay, so let me see, I've got a few more. Let me step back and look at it. Sometimes it's hard to make them live because it's turned a little sideways. Let's put some on this side of the bow. make sure you find a spot where it goes in, or it's not going to be secure. And nobody wants a wreath with stuff that falls off of it. How did I secure the bow? Hello, you're in Augusta. I secured it. It has a pipe cleaner behind it, and I just twisted it. I'll show you guys the back when I'm finished. I have such a sweet, calm voice. It did help with my kindergartners. Not so much my home children, because they're totally used to it. But, you know. All right, I have a bundle of stuff right here that I am determined to use. So let's see where it's going to go. I don't want to have any of this left over. So let's stick it somewhere. Sticking it in my hot glue skillet, just about that much. Come to the back. Just kind of round out that space up there. Now I had those orange little peonies. I think they're peonies. They're ranunculuses. I have those, but I don't think I need it. I think it is really pretty the way that it is. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. My poor bow, it keeps getting smushed. Now I've seen, every once in a while, I'll do something like this. Down here, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, see. Maybe I'll put some leaves back there real fast. Spread this out. And move it to the side, okay? Move all your stuff out of the way. Find a spot. Oh, that's pretty. I need to go get some more of these leaves from the Hobby Lobby. So every once in a while, I will take little pieces and insert them in the bow. So it's like the florals are coming out of the bow. I think I'm gonna do that. Need something on the right side of the bow, like over here. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Just dipping my little grass into my, here we go. A little bit more texture. Let's do one on the other side. Just gonna dip it down in there, and I'm gonna place this into the loops of the bow. There we go. Now, someone said right here, you are exactly right. I got so much. I've noticed most fall wreaths are using neutral colors and not much orange. Yeah, it's just a different style. We all like to try new things. So I'm gonna place this one back here because it looks like it needs a little bit of beefing up back here. There we go. Perfect. All right, I have a few more pieces. Remember, I'm going to use all of them. I don't want to have any left over. Remember this? So I like to build my own pieces every once in a while. And if I have a piece of leaves that have fallen off, you can just thread it back onto a piece of grass. And that's gonna fill in right back here amazingly well. If I can find a spot to slide it in. There we go. Perfect. Got one more leaf. I'm putting it somewhere. I know exactly where it can go. Right up here. Two pieces left. I'm looking. Let's put it up here. One piece. Just below the sunflower. On the bottom or the top? I need something right here. Now this is way too long. Let's cut it just a little bit. All right, guys, I have used all of my pieces. It's a miracle. Check it out. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. So this was supposed to be a simple fall wreath. Let's take it off. Let's talk about the back. So on the back, I'm gonna take my hand and run my hand over it, and any of my stems that are poking out of the back, I'm gonna cut them as close as possible to the grapevine so that they are not scratching a door. Here is how I attached my bow. It's just a pipe cleaner that was on my bow as I made it. I'm gonna tuck this up in there. And there we go. It's a big one. It's probably 24 inches from here to here. I really wish I had some more of these, but I'm letting it go. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of those who followed me today and for those that have shared this video. You will be able to catch the replay of this video on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is 3 Little Greenwoods, named after my children. I would love for you to follow me there as well. And one more thing, if you want to know when I'm going to be going live, please hop over to the link in my bio, click through it, and sign up for Make Wreaths with Ashley. That will let you know when I'm going to be going live and when I have other tutorials that you might be interested in. Oh, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a fall wreath workshop. It's going to be August 24th on a Facebook page, a private Facebook page. I'm going to do a navy and orange wreath. It's going to be so awesome. I would love for you to join me. So make sure you get on the Make Wreaths with Ashley link. You'll be sure to know when I'm going live with that. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a fantastic day. I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. Bye, everyone.